Yeah, I don't drink that diet crap though. Or that zero.
That aspartame nonsense.
Exactly.
I think regular sugar is worse for you.
At least you feel better dying with that real sugar. That's actually fake sugar.
It's like
I think cane sugar is real.
It's like, are you gonna smoke a cigarette? Or are you gonna smoke a vape?
Jesus Christ, that's difficult actually.
I don't think it is.
I don't know.
What was your answer? I have my answer.
Probably the vape. Depends how drunk I am.
Oh my god!
If I'm really drunk, I'll go for the
conditional smoke.
If I'm really drunk, I'll smoke a cig. And then when I'm sober, I'll probably smoke a cigar.
So where did the vape come in? Why would you ever smoke a vape? On accident?
Yeah, I just tripped.
One beer in.
I'd rather smoke hookah before I smoke a vape.
I like smoking hookah.
Or I guess sucking on a vape, whatever you want to say it.
You don't like hookah?
No, I mean I'm saying hookah's better alternative.
I'm not a hookah hater.
I think, yeah.
Are you a hookah hater? You sound like you are.
No. I'd rather cigar first.
Okay, so let's go to the hookah lounge after this.
Let's go. I was hoping you finished your homework so we could still go.
No, I gotta do more.
All right, good. So we can get a cigar then.
You could do homework at a hookah lounge. It's a lounge.
I gotta use my computer.
Just bring it.
Are you saying hookah lounges don't have Wi-Fi for some reason?
So I gotta bring my whole computer and my monitor.
Hey, people do that at the cigar lounge.
They do, actually.
I know, I said it.
Cool. So if you know that they do, you validated it so we can do it.
I'm not doing it.
You embarrassed?
No, I'm not gonna fucking haul out. My computer's heavy.
That'd be so awesome if you're like blending a barrel with a whole like
But it's compact.
one of those old school cube monitors take up a whole
Isn't
table.
that the whole reason why you got it is because it's compact?
Yeah, my computer's literally like this big.
Just take a whole table out.
That fucking thing is heavy.
You are tuning in to the Cigar Guys podcast, where aficionados and newcomers alike gather to explore the vast cigar universe. Meet your host, Alexander Gonzalez, Mark Nikollaj, his big little brother Zachary Nikollaj, and Jared Burrows. So sit back, light up, and let's get the conversation started.
Dude, I fell asleep yesterday from 5:30 to like 11:30.
I know you fell asleep on me on the phone.
What?
What?
I called you?
I was like blending barrel.
I mean, why was he up at 5:30 in the morning?
No, it's PM.
Oh, yeah. Why did he fall asleep at 5:30?
Because I worked from 1 a.m. to 1 a.m. and then my fucking truck, and then I would have made it.
There you go.
Did I tell you about this?
No.
It's always someone else's
This
So
also isn't the first time you've run out of gas. So.
I know. But look,
This time it's someone else's fault.
I had 10 miles left on my tank.
Okay.
The gas station was like 3 miles away from me by the time I noticed, but there was like heavy traffic because it was an
It
accident.
was a mile and a half.
No, by the time I noticed,
Oh,
so
that's 2 miles.
I started driving on the shoulder so I could make it, obviously. And then this fucking trucker decides he doesn't want me to pass, so he totally just blocked the lane.
For 10 miles?
No, so I had to wait in the traffic, and then my truck died.
So it died almost idling, I guess.
Yeah, and then I got lucky because I started walking to the gas station, and then Jimmy saw me.
From Celery City Cigars?
Yeah, and then he picked me up. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Get in." Oh, sweet, man. This worked out perfect.
Yeah, I never trust those things where it says 10 miles left.
If it says 10 miles left, I'm shocked because usually it just gives up after 40.
It's like your phone saying 5% left. You're like, you're not going to send that last text. You're going to plug it in.
I'll send that last text.
So wait. If he got picked up, then when did you pick him up?
Pick me up at the gas station.
Oh, man. It's a coordinated effort.
And then all they had was a 2-gallon tank.
Well, he's like, I need to pick me up. I ran out of gas. I'm like, okay. And I put the GPS on. It said 40 minutes to get there because of how much traffic there was. I was like,
It'd be hilarious if he was at a construction site in like Celebration. It'd take like twice.
It probably would have been quicker to pick him up for
Honestly.
Celebration.
Well, the initial drive would have been a pain. But I'm glad everyone's home safe.
He's like, I'm going to walk to the gas station. I'm like, And then it still took 2 hours to get his truck started.
Because 2 gallons wasn't enough to get it started. I had to get 2 more gallons.
And plus, that road doesn't have one of those freeway passes where it says "Do not," official
It
use
actually
only.
does.
Oh, but
We realized too late.
oh,
Yeah, because that would have actually helped us out a lot.
hmm.
So make sure you fill your gas tank up before you leave somewhere. Anyway. How you guys doing?
Good. How you doing?
How was your nap, Zach?
I'm dying right now.
Wait, you sick?
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Is that why you're not smoking?
Yeah.
Fuzzy.
But
See, if you smoked 4 a day, you wouldn't get sick. The nicotine would push out the bacteria.
How many do you smoke a day?
5. I don't want to get sick.
Are you talking to the mic? It's like 2 podcasts.
I thought I couldn't hear him over here.
Lift it up.
You do a
lift up the
podcast for
mic.
over 2 years and you have no idea what you're doing. I guess that's most of them.
Every day is the first day for me.
Podcasting, driving a truck.
It's like
He's
the
like, why
first
is
dates.
What does E mean? Anyway,
What are you guys smoking besides Zach?
I have a Don Julio that just ashed on the table. Don Julio something or another.
I'm smoking a Perdomo 20th anniversary sun-grown that I bought on accident.
This
A whole
is a true
box
story.
on accident. But I thought it was a Maduro.
To be fair, the pictures were wrong.
Yeah.
And Jared can't read, I can't read, so.
Well,
And you're colorblind.
I read that it was 10% off. That's what I read.
Is it good?
No, I like it. It's just not Maduro.
Nah.
Yeah, but you could have also gotten the Maduro for 10% off.
Yeah, but then I have to click the wrong pictures to get the right product. Because I clicked the
Yes.
right product.
Did you buy it online?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's my first time buying something online.
What are you smoking?
The thing I just said I was smoking.
And I'm smoking the La Aroma de Cuba.
Wow.
I don't know which one this is, to be honest with you. I think it's a Maduro.
Sure, let's go with that.
Pretty good, actually.
Zach, what would you be smoking if you wanted to actually smoke?
What is a cigar? Zach doesn't smoke.
Exactly. It was a trick question.
Uh,
A cigarette.
Zach's like, do they make vape cigars? Like cigar vapes?
Like a cigar flavored vape?
honestly, I would probably be smoking the Mesa right now.
Dang. Which one?
The Maduro.
Nice.
If I felt well enough to smoke.
Anyway, we all saw the Snow White movie, right? The new one?
I saw it. On my spare time, I do movie reviews, actually. You know, I go on those movie kits at home where they like show the movie at home. You know, I don't even gotta go to the theater.
The correct answer here was no.
If you don't know about that, you're too poor.
Are you talking about pirating? The thing that poor people do?
No, you know, there's like this rich people thing where like,
Yeah, it's like $250K a year.
yeah, like if you have like a home movie, you could, sorry, fucking Dayquil just kicked in. You could get live movies to your house, like release dates and everything. You know, movies that are supposed to be in theaters, they come to your house. Yeah, it's like $250K a year. You're like vetted, background checked, like
IMDb Pro subscription or something like that, or
It makes sense, though, because if you're famous, you don't really want to go to a regular movie theater with all the other peasants.
that's why I watch movies at home. Wow, when was the last time you've been in a movie theater?
Me?
Yeah. When was the last time that we've been in a movie theater?
oh, with Tyler. Were you with us when we went to go see the movie with Tyler? What movie was it?
I forgot. Some superhero movie.
Yeah.
It's always a Marvel movie.
I feel like the last like 2 times I've been in the movie theater in the past like 10 years
Was it with
because Tyler. Yeah.
No, so it was a
was
Marvel
it
movie.
Ant-Man?
No, it was
Quantumania?
Deadpool, Wolverine.
Yeah.
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 Hmm.
But I think the one before that was Ant-Man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We got a huge flop though in the movies. Snow White.
Or like Snow Brown.
I mean, honestly, I just think she made herself so unlikable.
She did it on purpose because she thought she
That
would,
made it worse.
for her.
Yeah, I'm saying it was gonna flop regardless, but the way she handled it on social media made it even worse.
Oh, terrible. She's like, oh, it's not about a love story. Like, fuck, the whole movie's it's a love story. You know?
I think that Disney just needs to learn for once. Because they keep doing the same thing.
I thought that CEO, Bob Iger, was going to come back and fix everything, you know?
Or maintain something.
He was actually at the Disney Springs the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a whole bunch of Disney security walking with him.
Yeah, I was at Epcot, or
It was Zach walking around.
I was at Hollywood Studios when he was there.
Really?
Yeah. I just happened to walk in and he was there.
So what does he do all day? Just sit there and think, how can we make this movie even worse than it was originally?
I don't know.
It's not woke enough.
I do blame Disney, though.
No. Really?
Well, I think, to be honest with you, like with whatever her name is, I forgot, but
Ziegler.
like she's actually a good singer. Like, I think she could have done like decent at the part, like good enough. But I think the way Disney made the movie, like it just crashed. I don't think she's like, you know, Disney princess like everyone else that they've done. You know what I mean? Everyone else that they've hired. But
So you think that she could have been an okay Snow White?
she could have been better than what this movie was.
I think I don't know. She was super unlikable. She's like,
I agree.
The first movie sucked. It was whatever, sexist, whatever, all this and that. It's like,
Well, they should have got rid of her then. I mean, they hold their employees to that standard, right? You know, you talk trash about anything Disney and you're just, you know, a person that serves coffee at the Magic Kingdom, you're getting fired. You know what I mean? So if they held her to that level, then yeah, I mean, it wouldn't even be an issue.
I think she had no business being Snow White in the first place.
Yeah. I mean, they definitely could have picked someone better.
Someone white.
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah.
I mean, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, she's Spanish.
Be
Right?
100% honest.
Yeah, she's like
Colombian.
half white, half Colombian.
I feel like at the end of the day, she didn't have to make those comments at whatever
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
or speak at all. Because, I mean, people are going to watch her acting and judge her on that. But now it's like you have the actual acting, then who she is as a person. You know, it's like, I don't know. I think
Well, she also said, like, if you're not voting Democrat, unfollow me. I don't want your business.
Yeah.
So that right there is asking for it.
Somebody should just stay out of politics, man. Like, no one cares. You're so out of touch with reality, anyways.
Well, at least give a legitimate opinion and not just spew hate at the end of the day.
Yeah, but they're so out of touch with reality. Like,
Exactly.
their opinions don't really matter. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to make an opinion on the subject, at least know what you're talking about.
That's like when Ellen came on during COVID when she's like, oh, just stay home. Like, it's easier to stay home when you're living in a $30 million mansion
Exactly.
on a private beach or something, you know?
Yeah, you're exactly right. But apparently on Rotten Tomatoes, it got 43%, which is a bit high. 9% of Google users that polled liked this movie, and IMDb, it's actually now a 1.8 out of 10,
Yeah, I think it got labeled the worst movie on IMDb.
which is crazy.
Yeah, because that movie's like, the movie that's had that place is like,
Fantastic Four 2015. That movie sucked.
Who did suck?
I don't know. I don't have my phone pull up the list, but
Let's be real. All the paranormal movies should be top, bottom.
Paranormal?
Yeah, paranormal activity movies.
I've never seen a single one.
what do you mean top
boring.
bottom?
The most bottom.
I mean, they only spent the whole point of it. They spent $15,000 to make the first one.
It sucked. I mean, if it was like a YouTube series, it'd be cool. You know?
That's basically what the first one was. It had no money.
If there was a YouTube person with $15,000, the movie would have been 100 times better. That's usually how it is.
The owner of that house came into Giovanni's one time.
I feel like Giovanni's the hub for the most random.
And they
people.
confirmed it was actually haunted, right?
He says he had all the original. He was showing my cousin Nick. He had all the original like newspapers and stuff.
Jaden Smith came to Giovanni's once.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was wild. That was wild.
Was he like, guys, let's not talk about pizza. I want to talk about the political and socioeconomic state of the world right now.
No, my uncle was there, and like my uncle doesn't like keep up with people,
No.
so like he didn't know he was famous. He just knew that he was famous. I guess one of the police told him. So he walked up. He's like, "Hey, I'm gonna get a picture." Okay. He's like, "No, I own this place. I'm gonna get a picture." Okay. Gets a picture of him, sends it to us.
Yeah, it's funny.
He's like, I don't even care. I just wanted to show my nephews.
Yeah. One time, this guy came into Giovanni's, and he's talking to me and my cousin Nick about his at-home commercial kitchen, and it's like a huge, like it's like a legit kitchen, like commercial kitchen that he makes pizzas in or whatever. So we asked him what he does. He's like, "Oh, I travel around. I open up like Splitsville and what's that burger joint? Black something,
Black Hat.
Black Hat Burger, whatever." Yeah, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, man. And I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, this guy's got a big ass house. He just showed me his commercial kitchen, you know. And then so I was thinking about that yesterday, and then I looked up the owner of it, and it was him. It was that guy. He just didn't want to say he was, you know,
It's owner of what?
Splitsville.
Oh.
Something like the bowling alley thing.
Yeah,
But I'm so. Why did he show you his kitchen?
because he had a pizza oven. Because he said he likes to make pizzas at his
Oh,
house.
that's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I can make pizza too.
He's like, you want to come to my house?
And then one time in like Mary Giovanni's, I saw this guy, and I'm like, this guy's the guy from Restaurant Impossible. I'm like, look just like him. And then I find out that Restaurant Oviedo had that going on. Had to have been him.
Yeah, that's definitely him for sure. Robert Irvine or Irvine, I think.
Beats me. But yeah, I didn't watch the movie. I'm not going to go watch the movie.
Oh,
Don't care.
actually, I was a little confused. I thought you watched the movie.
No, that was a joke.
You should have watched the movie and reported it to us.
Give us a review.
Should have.
I just trust all the other sources out there.
I just don't trust your journalism if you're not watching the movie.
Facts.
It's secondhand journalism.
It doesn't mean anything.
If all the mainstream media can do it, then I can do it too. They can get away with it. Right?
Yeah. Next on the list. Pakistani YouTuber charged with blasphemy over a controversial perfume launch.
Imagine being charged with blasphemy.
And who's the
That is wild.
YouTuber?
That's a wild thing to be charged for.
Who's the YouTuber?
Rajab Butt.
Never heard of this guy. How many
Yeah.
followers does he have?
No idea. I literally just saw this article and I was like, that's funny. Then I just put it in here. I had zero research on this outside of literally copying and pasting this first half of the article into there because I looked at his name.
So
Well,
we are literally the news.
yes. I saw Pakistani YouTuber charged with blasphemy and I went, what the heck is this? And then I saw Rajab Butt and I said, this is going in here just for the name. I honestly don't even care about what happened.
Looks like they got a little butt hurt about it.
Facts.
But what's the blasphemy? The perfume being symbolic or the smell?
The perfume, which is called 295, refers to blasphemy legislation in the penal code.
So it's like a political.
I guess so,
blasphemy.
yeah. It's also Pakistan, so I mean, like,
I get it now. I get it. They don't like wearing cologne, so he made a cologne.
so
Outlining the blasphemy.
his perfume publicly sparked further controversy, prompting the leader of the radical Tehreek-e-Labik Pakistan to file a complaint against him. And they claimed that our religious sentiments have been hurt.
Wild.
So we got charged with blasphemy. Yeah. The only reason that was in here is because of his name. I'm going to be honest,
Just
but honestly.
outlines how great America is, where you have freedom of speech. so you can do things like that and not get in trouble.
Yeah, not only that, no one would know what the heck it means.
Yep.
So yeah, that was funny. Anyway, third on the list of random controversial topics.
Iceland's Minister for Children resigns over controversial past relationship with a teenager, a 16-year-old boy. That's crazy.
What's a minister of children mean?
It's kind of like you're overseeing the laws and regulations pertaining to
Minors?
what benefits children. Yeah,
Oh, it was a girl. It was a 22-year-old counselor.
she was 22 at the
Okay.
time. Yeah, so it does say that Iceland's age of consent was 15, but they have laws pertaining to people of authority.
Yeah, it's like coercion.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically taking advantage of someone younger than 18, I guess.
Yeah,
So
is
it's like-
coercion the right word for that? I think it's grooming.
Well,
that's another one.
yeah. But he's saying like someone's in authority, like a manager. You were a manager once.
Why'd you say it like that?
Relatable.
Why is that relatable?
I'm saying you wouldn't do something like that in the workplace, but this is a little different. But
I wouldn't.
it's a great answer. It's a great answer.
I just feel like you're trying to attack me right now.
Believe me, I was the second person out there to come pick you up.
I think it's just ironic that her position in Iceland is Minister of Children.
She's ministering something.
She has experience, apparently. So she stepped down from that position, but is still a part of the parliament.
Should Trump buy this country too and clean it up?
I mean, it's a pretty good country, actually, besides this person, but it's a relatively safe, clean, normal country, I would say.
Good water.
Very clean water.
Good ice too.
Sure, I buy from Wawa.
Although, I would argue that the people in Vienna would beg to differ that they have the best water.
Whatever. As long as Mexico or Flint, Michigan isn't claiming that they have the best water, then we can leave it up to opinion.
Did that ever get fixed?
What, Flint, Michigan?
Yeah.
I think that's still an ongoing issue.
That is crazy.
Yeah. How long has it been? Like
8 years.
maybe?
It's 2025.
Probably longer.
This happened in Trump's first term.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure this started with Biden. Or not Biden,
Oh,
yeah,
Biden,
Obama.
Obama. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
what I'm saying.
maybe maybe
Yeah.
even longer than 8
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, I'm 90% sure that this was during Obama.
But how do they have a population? Like, why do people keep on moving there?
I don't think people are moving there.
Yeah.
Probably moving out.
They have to.
Well, people probably, I'm sure there's plenty of people that can't just pick up and leave.
yeah, I get that, but like, they're sustaining a population. I bet they still have a little bit of population growth.
And if anyone's moving there, it's probably for a job and they're able to just drink, Saratoga water or, in Jared's case, Pellegrino, which is superior, by the way. Pellegrino is superior.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I didn't have to say it.
It's just Saratoga is trending right now for some reason.
It's weird.
That Saratoga is trending.
Yeah, it's kind of just random.
you should make the thing, that video. But like everything you do is with the Saratoga water, like brush your teeth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You mean exactly what he does?
And then like it shoots the video of him like filling the pool with like a Saratoga water. And then he
Okay,
jumps
that would
in,
actually be funny. That would actually be funny.
flushes the toilet, he puts Saratoga.
But yeah, you could do that because you just have to fill it with enough Saratoga water for it to.
It's like holy water, As long as you don't fill it more than 50%, it's still holy water.
Guess that makes sense. But yeah, next up, man sentenced to death, and the form in which they are going to use is very controversial because it's rarely done. They're going to basically load him up with what was it? I already forgot.
There's nitrogen gas.
Thank you. Yes. They're going to just make him breathe in nitrogen gas, which essentially blocks him from getting it blocks him from getting oxygen. And he's just going to essentially suffocate.
I feel like there's a cheaper way, but
Isn't that kind of torture?
No, you actually won't know that you died.
He'll get a be like high, right?
I think you'll know that you died.
Well, I mean, no.
when he
you pass out. Like, you don't feel anything.
Yeah.
You just pass out.
But when he responds in Matrix, he doesn't respond.
Yeah.
Like if
So he'll wake up dead.
he won't wake up.
You'll wake up somewhere else.
But it's like if you walk into a area with like carbon monoxide and you just pass out. Like, you won't realize it. It's just you just pass out.
Honestly, it's probably better than those lethal injections. Those are always botched.
Yeah, those are crazy.
Yeah, those are always way botched.
Yeah, because it's done by people who, can't put a needle in a vein. And
Also, most of the time, those drugs are expired by the time it gets to them.
So they only put like half the amount they need. Like, oh, I'm sorry.
Well, that's why that one guy chose the firing squad. I forgot what.
Yeah.
wait, so why is that controversial?
They say like it's the first time it's been done in that country in like 80 something years. Only one other country's done it recently.
Country. It says Louisiana.
State. It's
I can't tell you're fucking with us.
No. It's they don't allow you to do it with like dogs and cats. So I think it's more like schematics than anything. But based on what we just said, I feel like
It's dangerous.
meaning
Like,
I mean it should be if it's
no, I know, but like if they're filling a whole room with nitrogen, right? Like, and someone walks in there.
Sig.
I
probably
think
be a
that-
mouse.
No, nitrogen isn't flammable.
Oh,
I think oxygen.
Yeah, it's just like a mask, so it's directly going into him.
I mean, couldn't they pump any gas in there and just remove the oxygen, and all of a sudden?
That's true. That's technically true.
wouldn't it be better just inject them with a bunch of heroin so they have like one like whoo before they go?
I guess.
Would that be more expensive?
I don't know.
What they should do is have him smoke acid cigars until he dies.
That is torture.
Yeah, Jared, we can't go that far.
Jeez,
That's
man.
crazy.
This is a little dark.
Talking about filling a room with fumes, deadly gas. Someone lights it up in a cigar lounge, I'm already like spinning.
Now, what about the firing squad guy?
What about him?
I mean, is that controversial?
A little bit, yeah, it was.
What happened to him?
No, he just chose.
He
survived.
chose firing squad.
Oh. He survived. No, I mean,
You know they shoot you in the heart for that?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Why not the head? I feel like it'd be a faster death.
No, because then that's like disrespecting the body. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
so they could have a closed casket, I think.
I
Or
guess,
open
but like,
casket.
die way faster.
Would you?
Yeah, it's like instant.
Don't try it.
Get shot in the heart, it's instant.
You're probably still awake. You're probably still bleeding out a little bit.
How? There's nothing pumping the blood.
I see what you mean, though.
No, your
Yeah.
brain still runs for like. It's like when you get a head chopped off, you're still alive for like a couple seconds.
I think to be
Yes.
fair, if
You know
get
what? I should write Activision and tell Call of Duty I should get just as much points for headshots as do heart shots.
That's a good point.
Well, yeah, but I think most of them are wearing like bulletproof vests.
That's also a good point.
I'll upgrade my ammo.
Bless you. So you're actually arguing it's harder to get a heart shot than it is to get a headshot.
No, I'm just saying the points could potentially be weighed a little bit better.
Another thing on topics, weird topics. You guys saw the text, the war thing text,
Oh, yeah.
where they added someone from the Associated Press in there.
Yeah, it was
I did not.
JD Vance, Mike, who was it? Mike
Waltz?
Mike Waltz, and Pete Hegseth. And I guess they were talking about not necessarily, I guess, the plane itself, but they were talking about basically an attack against the Houthis. And somehow the guy from the Associated Press was in there.
Alex Wong.
How did they not notice though?
I don't know. I'd like to see the thread, honestly, because it depends on like what his name is saved as. Well, actually, it would be his if it's Signal, it would have been his
Phone number.
his phone number. Okay, so his phone number, but someone had to have had his real name to add him.
You would think that would be on some secure line that wouldn't allow another non-secure line on there.
Well, Signal app is open source and public besides the backend server.
Well,
But
I'm sure too. If it's a conversation like that being had on Signal, I'm sure it wasn't meant to be like a classified conversation. If that makes sense.
yeah, it wasn't classified.
Do you think all their messages would be on some encrypted?
Well, I mean, maybe, but like if they have a personal cell phone and he texts JD Vance for whatever reason to say like, "Hey, let's grab lunch," like I don't think that they would have to always be on a secured line, so to say.
I would just think that it would be standard to make everything you talk about work-wise on a secure line.
I mean, I guess if you're in that position of power,
But they really just were sending articles back and forth. There wasn't anything classified.
right? I
It's
think
like us sending podcast notes back and forth, and someone added somebody, and then bear in mind, on Signal too, when you're added to a group, you don't get the history of the chat either. So it was probably like 2 messages. He took a screenshot.
Did you read them?
No.
Oh yeah, he released them.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like a lot.
I didn't see that he released them.
Mm-hmm.
I was waiting for that. Did you read them?
Yeah.
What did it say?
They're talking about wanting to attack the Houthis, and then JD Vance is like, "Hey, I'm kind of busy right now doing this economic meeting in wherever." He's like, "I don't think this is a good idea because something about Europe." And he's like, "Obviously, I'll support whatever they want to do, but my personal opinion, I don't think it'd be a good idea." And
So that's like us talking about, hey, we should do
This
a
topic.
cigar event over
Yeah.
here. What do you think? And then Mark comes out and says, I don't think it's a good idea because of, what's going on in Europe right now. And I just go, what? And then we move on. So yeah,
it made me like Vance a little more though, because he's not afraid to be like, "Hey, like
Yeah.
Trump, I don't think it's a good," you know what I'm saying? Or, "Hey, like guys, this isn't,"
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And he's so clear and articulate when he speaks. It's crazy. I
Amazing.
aspire to be that good and articulate.
Bro's glazing the vice president right now.
You mean in his text?
This is anything, bro. Anytime he talks, he sends
Oh.
text messages.
Yeah, I don't know if Mark can ever reach that level in texting. Maybe speech, but texting, he's absolutely screwed.
I agree.
I concur.
Anyways, nothing beats Hillary Clinton's emails that were unencrypted and easily accessed by Russia for so many years.
Right.
And that server was in her bathroom. So I don't want to hear anything about a Signal chat.
That was a lot more than hypotheticals.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my whole point. Is if it's happening on Signal, it's probably not super important. Meaning, it's not like, hey, this is going to be a classified discussion. We're talking about sensitive data.
And anyone with a brain knows when there's a classified discussion, you're in a skiff anyways. This is why it's a fake conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless you're doing something,
I think his last text was like, "I'll have a prayer to make sure the mission goes good."
But yeah, I wonder how he got added.
only people in the chat can add him. So
Right.
it's just an accident.
Right. That's.
But I think it's really a setup because it really exposes who he works for. Is he a plant? And then also,
that's why I'm curious.
he's also part of a law firm that Trump just launched an executive order against, or at least a part
Who
of.
is the Wong guy?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Or associated with.
Interesting.
ChatGPT was founded by an Albanian woman.
I read that. She helped make the code.
You know that, Jared?
No.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this before.
Yeah. When 3.0 came out.
Yeah, I just want to point it out.
It wasn't that long ago. Zach just wants to remind everyone that George Washington was Albanian.
Now, Albanians run the world. Not really.
That's not what Grok says.
What does ChatGPT say?
It's always it's not the same. It's like it usually always refers to groups of elites. It doesn't really specify.
Interesting. What are some of the other topics you have, Jared? I know that first one I know for sure. Ron DeSantis says that he's going to send back almost $900 million in federal aid that they received.
Yeah, basically, Doge came to Florida for a little bit.
No, he started his own Doge thing. They didn't come to Florida.
I'm just saying. Like,
He's
their
saying-
own audit, you know.
Yeah.
Even the Tallahassee Democrat had to report this, which is great.
What kind of cigars do you think he's smoking?
Who?
DeSantis?
Before or after sending that money back?
He's probably smoking like Macanudo or like
think so?
it's nothing crazy.
Probably Davidoff.
Yeah, like Davidoff, Macanudo, maybe Noliva if he's feeling frisky. Nothing crazy.
You think JD Vance is smoking all those Cubans in the White House?
If there's any left.
That's a good point. That is a good point.
Yeah. Why is he sending the money back, Jared?
It's just federal money that shouldn't have been sent to us in the first place. But basically, it's like how we're making America Florida in a way by Ron DeSantis paving the way. Because if we can do it, we set a good precedent for other states to do it too.
Yeah. Well, I know he was saying that when they received the money from the previous administration, it came with strings attached, meaning they wanted to do, like, for example, DEI,
Oh,
and all this and that. So they said, hey, we're going to give you this money, but you have to do this. So he said he didn't want to use it for that reason. So he says, hey, he goes to Doge and say, hey, are we able to send this money back? And they were like, yeah, we can do it. And the previous administration was like, oh, we don't know how we would even take the money back from you. So he just held on to it. And then this administration's like, oh, yeah, we could do it. And then 30 minutes later, they sent the money.
Put it towards the debt.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever they want to do with it.
You heard they sold 1,000 of those gold card
In one
immigration
day.
things in one day?
Makes sense. Oh, that's a good thing.
$5 billion in one day. It's crazy.
So instead of spending $5 billion, we're making $5 billion?
Interesting.
I'm not gonna lie though. I mean, if I was somebody that lived in a different country and I wanted to come to America and I was rich, I would spend the money.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, because we want you here and your business here and your money here.
Yeah.
We want you here, Mark.
Thanks,
Did
man.
you catch that? Did you catch that comment someone made earlier about that earlier today when I was you weren't there when I was sitting with you? They said, "Oh, those people are probably the ones that are child traffickers anyway."
Yeah, that just kind of went through one ear and out the other.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought I thought I read something where they've always had this kind of program, but it was never that expensive.
It did. It used to be like $300,000 that you put in like an escrow or something, or $500,000.
Like Dubai has the same thing.
But we've had it for years.
Yeah.
And the reason it was like you put this money in an escrow with the promise that you're going to do business in America eventually.
But you didn't get automatic citizenship, right? You basically got kind of like almost like a green
No,
card.
but I don't think you get automatic citizenship with this.
No, you just get a green card.
Yeah.
Gold card, actually.
Like you just get the right to come here freely.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
He needs to make that the platinum card. You know,
$1 billion to become a citizen.
that'd be wow. That's actually not a bad idea.
No, but I mean, this is like nothing new that we're doing. Yeah, the price just increased and the structure changed.
So how come so many people decided to do it now that the
I think
price
it's an
increased?
opportune time.
I think it was probably all the people that were doing it had a choice to make on if they want to keep up to date with it, or so was it probably 1,000 new people? Probably not.
So they had to pay more
Yeah,
to match that.
And I never even thought about this, but he was talking about it and he was saying like a lot of companies come to the government like, hey, we're trying to hire this guy, but he's supposed to be out of the country when he graduates. How can we make him stay? So now the company, if they really want a person, they'll pay for it.
Well, that's what H-1B one is.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. But I think these people already have a business, already have money. Anyways, I'm shocked no one mentioned the JFK files because he just declassified or immediately declassified Crossfire Hurricane.
What do you mean you're shocked we didn't mention it?
Yeah,
I think we talked about that last week.
I know, but now that it's happened, I'm hoping everyone read all 80,000 pages.
I'm still on like 221,000 something.
I'm on like 50 right now, so.
Mark's a slow reader, so.
No, 50,000.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Well, I'm thinking with the classification is that he's slowly dripping this out. You know, JFK, now Crossfire Hurricane. It will slowly lead up to the Epstein files. But what's nice about Crossfire Hurricane is we'll finally get the truth about the first election with the bullshit, you know, Russiagate nonsense of all the people who faked the dossier, you know, his communication, all that before he was even president. Where they try to, you know, dethrone him as being a winner.
Every time.
Yeah. I hope he goes back and also does like, you know, RFK, MLK, and a few other things that happen in between.
Everything.
Yeah, virtually everything. But he can't do it all at once. It's so much for me to read in one night, you know. It's difficult.
Exactly. Yeah, it was even hard for AI to read it all. We had such limited data.
True.
Yeah, Jared was upset that we didn't talk about it last night.
One interesting thing is the genocide against white people in South Africa. And so, like, supposedly on AP News, Trump is like allowing them, if they want to come to America as a refugee.
That's been happening for a long time, though.
Yeah, but it's getting to the point where he said it because it's so bad, I guess. I don't know.
That's been happening for a long time.
Meaning the genocide or?
Yeah.
Yeah, that has, for sure.
I remember seeing it on the news in high school. Like,
I don't think we just haven't done anything. Realistically.
Yeah, when are we going to find that one guy?
Who?
You don't remember? There was like Coney? You remember that?
What, Coney Island guy? What are you talking about?
No, what was his name? I remember it was like a big thing back, like, we were like kids.
The Uganda guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
At UCF, they had held all these like protests and one like raise money to send money to Africa to help this guy. I forget if he was like claiming to save people in Africa. I forget. Some weird. I don't know. It was like something like it was like sex trafficking or human trafficking or
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was something crazy.
Free my boy. So what do you think about the refugees coming here?
I think if they buy the basic cigar, like, they'll probably be fine.
Okay.
I mean, AP News mentions like 67,000 people.
That's like one for every page of the JFK files.
All I'm saying is this: Elon Musk is South African. It's really worked out for us, so let him come here. We let everyone else here for years.
So you're saying that we're going to have 67,000 Elon Musks come here?
That would be phenomenal.
So we're going to have more Teslas to vandalize?
I was more thinking about the tech side and the Doge side.
More astronauts to save?
No. Tech
Oh.
in general.
More
AIs.
money to save?
It's more Teslas.
Possibly.
Interesting.
I'm just curious what he's going to do next because I feel like the first 2 months were so fast. We're also at this kind of like, I don't know, I don't want to say standstill, so to speak, but more or less a plateau where like this week's been a little quiet. Where every week up until now has been a big boom. Like, I don't want the Epstein files to phase out. There's got to be a phase 2 to keep people alive, keep people reading, and keep people learning.
I've lost all hope with that. I really feel like if they had anything like crazy in there, it probably already got burned before they got it.
I think there's copies of records everywhere.
I don't think so. I think a lot of those files probably got burned, destroyed, hidden.
If they're hidden, they're still out there.
Most likely destroyed. Yeah, we'll never really know.
I think there's still a lot that can be done, though.
Yeah, time will tell.
There's just so much that needs to be reversed or fixed. It's almost impossible to keep track of everything.
The biggest thing people have to realize is just because you have a list of names that were happen to be on a flight doesn't mean your intention was to do something bad or you actually did something bad. Because if your name is released on that manifest with everybody else's, it's going to make all those people's names be tarnished for a lifetime.
I guess it depends on if you can
Separate
figure
it.
out where they went.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure people went to the island not knowing.
That's true too. Maybe.
You know, Wired published the whole video on this, how they were actually able to use like GPS data and location tracking to be able to track people's cell phones of who went to Epstein's island. And they pinned, like they had a map. But of course, they didn't release the names.
So there's always a way to find
Yeah.
the information.
Of course, you know, it's not just on paper records.
But how many people went like once, didn't know? They got shown a good time. They get invited a second time. Now they find out. And now they're like, whoa, this is crazy. So they don't go back.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So you can't just be like, well, you boarded this like Boeing jet one time and now it's all over. Or
Yeah.
whatever they flew.
I mean, because too, that's how he got a lot of the like massage therapists to go there anyway.
Yeah, because everyone had a job. Everyone was assigned to do something.
Yeah, it's not like he's going to tell you up front, like, hey, this is what the island's about. Let's go.
Yeah, like there's free food here. Come here. Yeah.
Yeah. Who owns that island now?
Probably the U.S. government.
That's why some cruise line doesn't buy it and make it like a resort.
Yeah, okay.
Serious.
Remember,
Disney would-
Disney used to go to there.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That's been plugged for quite some time.
Wow, Epstein owned it?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Ghislaine
Weird.
Maxwell, I don't know if she was an owner, but she had a marine license. And she has like access to Subway or
Had.
had. That's probably the correct term. I just think there's still a lot of things that come out. I just don't want it dying because the mainstream media will just keep piling on things to distract people.
Yeah, you know, she was also one of the top Reddit account users.
Yeah, see, that's also very interesting too. She used to always like be in the public in the know.
Yeah. Did you know that?
I
Yeah.
didn't know that. But you think, I mean, like kind of what you said, maybe she was trying to always keep a positive image of herself.
No, it wasn't her real name, but it was like some, like,
Yeah.
they were able to like trace it back to her.
So what do you mean by she was always in the public and stuff?
Exactly what he said. So he,
Oh, okay.
She was always in like the top world news and like the top whatever. And then it just stopped. Like she would post like 4 times a day, and it just stopped when she got arrested. That or somebody's playing a crazy joke. They're like, "Hey, his name's kind of similar to hers." Let me cut it.
I don't know. But that's kind of like what you said. You know, if the information was burned or destroyed or whatever, there's probably always a way to confirm this stuff anyway. Like Jared said, they were able to track people's phones that went there. Internet. I mean, they took pictures there. There's the picture of Bill Gates there. I'm sure there's always going to be something you can find. Might
Bill-
not be everything, but
like Bill Clinton was on the plane, things like that.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, his portrait was in the house, so it's like,
Another thing too is like if you do release everything, it would lead back to certain places that would affect a lot of other people who may or may not still be alive, countries involved, other intelligence agencies, things like that.
would
It's
that
a little touchy, which I think is why he's slowly releasing all these like JFK files and everything like that over time.
I just went down a rabbit hole of this small country that claims they have the Ark of the Covenant.
they all do.
No, but so there's like a small temple.
Vatican.
No, and they have one guy guard it all the time, and every time they get in there, their lifespan like decreases majorly. They die within a couple of years of being in there, and they're not allowed to leave it. So while they're in there, a lot of them get cataracts, like from radiation.
Did they touch the Ark of the Covenant?
Just being around it.
That would be instant death.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the cataract thing.
Yeah,
That would be crazy.
they pretty much die from radiation poisoning within like the first few years. Actually, people
Yeah.
when people get assigned that, a lot of them flee the country because they don't want to. Yeah.
Imagine digging the shovel and you hit something hard. You're like, oh, let me touch that. What is that? And then it's all over.
Yeah. Another weird news is the pyramids.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was crazy.
yeah.
All over TikTok. I've been seeing that too.
Yeah, it's crazy how they have like these like pillars that go down like thousands of feet.
Yeah, it's almost like it's like we're only looking at the tip of a much larger structure, right?
I saw this picture. It was like this meme. It was like an obelisk underground. It was like holy shit, this is actually real.
I saw the one where it was just a bunch of Saratoga bottles holding it up. But yeah, so they're claiming that these structures were giant, like, power conductors, essentially.
Well, they're not claiming anything. Like, people are saying that.
You mean claiming?
People are claiming that, yeah. But like the scientists aren't claiming that. They're just saying that we found this.
No, yeah, I know. But people are claiming. They did say, though, that inside it's not like a tomb on the inside, meaning like they don't have the same hieroglyphics and stuff that the actual tombs have. Like it's pretty much just blank inside.
Yeah. I don't even think they teach it with tombs anymore.
What?
Like when we were in school, they taught that they were like
Oh,
were
yeah,
tombs of the
yeah.
pharaohs.
Yeah.
But I don't think they teach that anymore.
No. Because they actually went inside.
Well, what they're not telling us is that there's actually an elevator in there that goes down.
No, Jared, what they're not telling us is that energy is free and we're being robbed. And we're paying for electricity. We need to bring back the old architecture.
I'm just curious, like, whatever happened to like the Fort Knox thing? Whatever happened to like auditing the Fed?
Exactly.
That's what I'm really interested in with Doge.
Well, didn't we read the other day that...
I mean, it hasn't even been a year yet.
I know. I'm not. Yeah, I just want to know.
Weren't we reading the other day that since Trump said he was going to investigate, they're getting all the gold from the UK sent to the US to put it back into Fort Knox?
Yeah, something like that. There's also an article that came out a long time ago. I don't have it on me right now. Back in 2017, that this happened during his first term too. But
Yeah. I thought that pyramid thing was crazy though.
I mean, I'm not entirely surprised.
It probably got built before the flood, before like the Egyptians found it. The people that built it before got flooded out in the Great Flood.
The Tartarians.
I was gonna say that, but
The civilization.
I believe
The
if it was
giants.
like batteries or something. Considering they've already found like batteries at Egypt
Exactly.
and the tops of the pyramids used to be gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they were coated with, they were like white coated on the outside.
Yeah, with
with
just
limestone.
like yeah,
Yeah,
limestone.
yeah.
But that's like a common practice.
That's just to make it look pretty.
Yeah.
Or
They should redo it. They should.
They still do that, like to the Taj Mahal.
Yeah.
Like they still recoat it with limestone because they want to preserve it.
when I got my Rolex, it came in limestone. I had to crack it open.
Well, because they didn't have paint back then, so it's like limestone was a natural way to protect the structure
And make it pretty.
Yeah. But to say free energy, odds are they were charging for it.
but it's free to, it is free. It's sourced for free.
I guess. I mean, energy isn't created; it's harnessed.
Yeah. I guess solar is free too.
Yeah, but they're charging for it.
I had a solar company come to
Well,
my.
why don't you just become smart enough to obtain it?
Maybe I could.
You could.
So check this out. I had a solar company come to my door. They're like, "Hey, sir, we're just going around. We're letting people know about." They said that Duke was doing this thing around our area, and it's going to increase our power bills by over 50%. So he's like, "You should have got this in the mail," and I was like, "I didn't get anything in the mail." And then he's like, "No, you should have got it about a month ago." And he showed me. I was like, "Are you from Duke?" He's like, "No, I'm from what's called a solar company. So you don't pay for anything up front, but what it is we put solar on your roof, and then you pay us like an electricity company." And
That's dumb.
I was like, "So what happens if you guys make my roof leak?" They're like, "Oh, we cover that." You're not covering that. You're just gonna say it wasn't because of our fucking solar. You know what I'm saying?
You mean like insurance company?
So how long have you had it solar now?
I did not do that.
Did you tell us the other week that your electric was going to get raised?
Me? No.
Didn't you? I thought it was you saying that.
No.
Hmm.
But I was like, hold on. So you're going to put solar on my roof and then I got to pay you every month like a electric company and it's just never going to end?
It's because if they make more money, if it goes back to the grid, they want that money back.
Yeah. I don't know.
If.
I wasn't biting for it.
Yeah.
It's free.
I was like, so are you guys a roofing company also? And they're like, no. And I was like, well, I learned this in college.
Last week?
No, major construction companies, they don't want anything to do with solar if it's not a roofing company doing it. Because they don't really know how, if you're not a roofing company, you don't really know how to like properly water seal it.
It makes sense.
You know what I mean? So I was like, so you guys fix it or you guys hire a roofing company? They're like, no, we'll come out and fix the leaks. I was like,
why don't they just put like a big tower structure in the back with the solar panels on top?
Yeah, and then I called Duke and asked them about it, and they said that's not the thing.
Interesting. It's crazy how people can get away with lying all the time.
I know, right?
Is that a UFO outside? You've been seeing all the...
And then I asked him if he smoked cigars, and he said no, so I did not trust him at all.
You've been seeing all those weird lights in the sky, like over the UK and other places?
Yeah, but that's happened before.
I mean, it always happens. This time, though...
I think it's just God with a flashlight fucking with us.
It does look crazy, though.
Yeah.
It looks crazy. You know what I'm talking about, Zach?
No idea.
Pull up a picture.
Lights in the sky. We're going to...
It looks like a vortex.
It does, yeah. It's the black hole they were talking about.
Didn't they say that like we're actually living in a black hole?
Is the northern
I
lights?
saw that.
Exactly, we wouldn't know.
Is the northern lights or the spiral light of the night?
Yeah,
sky masses.
Spiral light.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And I think Alex can make a better picture in Canva.
Yeah, but there was a video of it too, so. Not saying that all videos are real.
Oh, that's what I thought you just said.
No, I'm just saying it'd be harder for me to fake it.
Hmm.
I guess it was one of the SpaceX like things coming back and releasing all its gases.
Over the UK?
Yeah.
So SpaceX was taking a dump in the UK.
Well, if it's coming back in orbit and coming through over there, and you know, it's got like a path. It doesn't just go straight
And it
down.
was spinning out of control.
Yeah, it does not just go straight down.
It's like got to follow a path.
And it just happened to go in circles.
It didn't go in circles. It's just did you see the video of him?
Yeah, I saw the one that he just showed.
It wasn't spinning. It just like made that and it just moved. It wasn't like it wasn't spinning like crazy. It
Interesting.
just made that spiral path and it just was like.
This is crazy. We learn so much every time.
Yeah. Orbital mechanics is a hell of a math.
Math is a hell of a math. All right. Did you get everything off your chest, Jared?
I mean, it's all the paper topics, other topics.
I just want to make sure you get everything out because I know like when we don't talk about something, whether it's this show or any other show, you get a little frustrated.
I do?
Yeah, you have like 10 minutes to sit down on what we should have talked about.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure once you hit that stop button, something's going to come out. Just flying out of my mouth.
I'm sure it is.
All right. Good time to call it.
I'm waiting for the executive decision maker of calling it to call it.
Usually Mark does that, but sure if you want to. I don't give up.
I will call it. Have a great day.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Cigar Guys podcast. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with all the latest episodes. Looking for short form content? Check out all our social media accounts in the description below.